everybody, it's Lynn with Those Missing Stitches, my channel dedicated to everything cross stitch and my cross stitching hobby. Welcome if you're a first time watcher, and welcome back for everybody that's subscribed. I appreciate all of the subscribers that have signed up. This is actually my 1 month anniversary from my first video that I posted last month, and I really am just overwhelmed and pleased with the progress that the videos have made and the responses that I'm getting in the comments. I actually hit 1,000 subscribers, which a lot of YouTubers will tell you is a pretty big milestone to hit, and it's a cute little story. I hit it last week. I was hovering at like $9.99 for a whole day, and I showed my son at the end of the day, who's 11, and his entire dream in life is to be a YouTube streamer someday. And he got like big wide eyes, and he said, "Hang on a minute," and he left the room and went running into his room, and a minute later I hear him just screaming and shouting, 1,000, 1,000! And apparently he was my 1,000 subscriber. So it was a really nice moment to share with him. It's really sweet of him, how excited he got for me, and just excited to share that moment with him. So it was super sweet. I think everybody else who was subscribed, that was a big moment for me, and my son was really proud of me, so it was extra special. And I will have some giveaways as a thank you at the end of this video for everybody that's subscribed or that's going to subscribe. I want to give away some goodies. So today, this is Flosstube number 3. I'm going to talk about my April progress. I want to talk about my Maynia Plans, and then I will have a giveaway at the end of the video if you stick around. So let's get into my projects and my April progress so I can show you some of those updates. I want to start with my focus piece for 2023. It is the Grand Library regular size max colors. The artwork is by Amy Stewart, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have started this one on 18 count Easy Guide Ada, 2/1 full cross, and it's actually the 1 year anniversary of when I started it was yesterday. I started it on April 30th of 2022. And I'm super happy with how much I've progressed on it already. I still do have a long time to go, but it's going a lot faster than I thought it would. Here's where I was in my last video. And I do try to work on this every day, but I focused a little more on the gift piece that I'll show you a little later in the video, just because I have a specific deadline for that one. So the Grand Library is kind of taking a back seat, and she's been neglected. So I really want to bring her back. But here is my progress that I've made since my last video. I'm still working the same historical section. Since my last video, I've done 4,318 stitches, and my total for April was 11,312. I'm actually at 39.25% on this whole project, so I'm super close to 40%. I'm hoping I can get that. About 3,500 stitches away from finishing these 2 pages, and then I plan to work my way down into the romance section and then the mystery section until I get to the bottom. Figured that will give me some color changes. This whole shelf working across horizontally is a lot of oranges and reds and browns, so I need some changes. Working down into the pinks and purples and then the blues of the mystery, I think will give me those changes. I'm hoping I can finish those 2 pages in May, but I have some really ambitious plans for May, so we'll see how that goes. My next project that I want to share is a stitching shelf. This is also an Amy Stewart artwork, but I'm actually doing this one, the regular size, regular color version. And I started this one on 28 count Easy Guide Lugana, 2/1 tent stitch. Here's where I was in the last video. And I didn't work on it much, but I am, making a little progress here and there. Here's where I am now. Since the last video, I have done 425 stitches. And I think I showed this in Flosstube number 1, but I didn't make any progress between 1 and 2. So this is just since Flosstube number 1. So in total on that one, I'm at 4.74%. My next project is Fruits of Plenty, and this is by Modern Folk Embroidery. It was their 2021 stitch along. Of course, I'm way behind because it's 2023, but I didn't know about it till last year, so I am stitching it now. I started this on 25 count silvery moon Lugana. And here's where I was in the last video. I finished that little section over on the right. So I've actually moved the Q-snap over to the next section. And here's the progress I've made since the last video. The total I've stitched since the last video is 880 stitches. And my total for April was 1,329. In total on this piece, I'm at 13.59%. So super exciting. Did all of this dark blue in this section since the last video. And I'm doing a lot of traveling in May. I think this is the one that's going to go with me because I already have a printed pattern and I love working on it. My next project is Kingdom of Books by Andriana. And I purchased the chart from Charting Creations. I started this one on 18 count Nutmeg from My Vintage Needle Arts on Etsy. Here's where I was in the last video. And here is where the progress I've made since the last video. Done a little bit more of the red, filling in the red on that second book. Since my last video, I have added 283 stitches and the total for April was 1,684. I'm at just shy of 6%. I'm at 5.99%. I have talked about, I do plan to change the names of the books to my favorite books, but this is one of those books that I said in the last video is super thin, so I'm not sure I'll be able to fit a title on there, but I'm going to give it a shot. My next project is Farewell to Anger. This is by Leonid Afremov. It's also charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. This one I have on 28 count Easy Guide Lugana, and I'm doing 2/1 10 stitch. Here's where I was in the last video. And here is where I am now. I added a little bit more blue and then also started the green so I can get a little bit of color change. I added 351 stitches since my last video, and my total for April was 882, and I'm at 1.97%. So this one is a commitment. Whew, my next one, I love this one. This one is Night Circus Lovely number 7. It is, the artist is Jessica Jackson, and it's charted by the Sewing Shop Inc. I'm doing this one a little different. Maybe that's part of why I like it. I am working this one on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana, and I'm doing 3/1 10 stitch. I'm going extreme cross country. I've only worked the 310 so far. Here's where I was in the last video. I work on this one quite often and it goes really fast. I think it's just so relaxing to do one color and to do 10 stitch. Easy to do. I'm not even getting sick of it, even though there's some really long lines and big blocks of the same color. Here's where I am now. I finished this section up in here of the black, and now I'm working my way down. So since my last video, I have done 1,425 stitches, and my total for April is 5,324. So I'm at 10.10% on this piece, and I just love it. I'm super excited with how fast it's going and how much I'm loving it. I'm sure it's going to slow down when I start to get into other colors that are a little more spread out, but I don't care. It's going to be a beauty. My next project is The Night We Broke the Moon by Adrienne Borda. I started this one on 28 count 2/1 10 stitch. This is charted by Unconventional Cross Stitch. Here's where I was in the last video. Didn't work on this a ton, but I had some goals. Here's where I am now. I wanted to work in a little bit of the light bulb to see the coloring on the light bulb and see how much it contrasted, and I love how nice it came out. And then I also wanted to work in some of those waist threads that I had kind of sticking out there when I originally started this in Royal Rose and was doing waist threads. I still didn't like it, so I changed it up and I'm doing more cross country again, and I worked in those waist threads that I still had hanging out so I don't have to see them. Since my last video, I have done 764 stitches. That was my total for April, and I'm at 1.32% on this one. Okay, this one is my gift piece. So I've talked about this in previous videos, that my son's teacher has a Harry Potter themed classroom, so I debated about making a gift for her, a cross-stitch gift that was Harry Potter themed, and I did start it. I just started it a couple weeks ago. Here's where I was in my last video, which was just 2 weeks ago. And here's where I am now. So I finished all of the bottom part, including all the back stitching. There's really not a lot of room. I'd hoped to put her name at the bottom. There's really not as much room as I was hoping, but I'm going to see if I can still fit it. If not, I only have days 1 through 6. So there's 3 and then 2 and then 1 to the top of the tree. And it seems like there's plenty of room at the top. So between that, I think I'll be able to figure it out. I want to show some of the close-ups too. Like, some of this back stitching was really a bear. Like, look at, especially that platform 9 3/4. I have had to make some adjustments to it because it actually was meant to be on 14 count. So a lot of the back stitching was, certain areas were meant for 2 strands and some were meant for 1 strand. And because I'm doing this on 25 count, I really just had to do 1 strand. I tried to, and it was just too much. So I don't think I mentioned, this is 25 count smoky white Lugana. And I'm doing 1/1 full cross. And then all of the back stitching is just 1 strand. So I only have days 1 through 6 to go, and then her name if I decide to put it on there. And then I'm going to frame it and give it to his teacher. So I'm super excited. I'm at, according to Pattern Keeper, 78.58%. But I know that there's some rows missing the way that it imported into Pattern Keeper. So I'm possibly a little further or not. I know I've done more stitches than it says. So I've done 2,332 since my last video for a total of 6,697 plus some. So whatever that means. My last project that I want to share, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this one. This is Halloween, Day of the Dead, and it's from an Etsy seller that there's some debate online whether they're legitimately licensed. I bought this like over a year ago before I knew about licensing and kind of checking for some of that stuff. So it makes me weary to share any links with it because I'm not entirely sure if it's licensed. And I think one of the giveaways for me was I can't find like an original artist on the pattern. So I'm not going to link it, but I do want to share this one just to show you that I have done some progress on it. It's such a pretty pattern. So this is Halloween Day of the Dead. And this was my first piece that I started on 25 count, and I'm doing it 1/1 full cross. And I think the 1 strand is kind of what's getting to me. Plus, I started doing some of the white in her face, and the white on white was driving me crazy. So I moved on to a different color and filled in some of the flowers to see if I want to continue it. It's such a pretty pattern, but I'm really not sure if I want to continue it just because of the full cross and the working with 1 strand. So I did do 118 additional stitches. I'm at 8.59%. I am kind of at a toss-up of whether I'm going to continue this one or not, but I don't know. It's pretty, so maybe. There's my dilemma. So the next thing I want to talk about is my Maynia plans. So like a crazy person, I have a very, very busy May. So why not just tack on even more? And, I wouldn't be myself if I didn't overcommit myself. So here we go. So for those of you that aren't familiar with what Maynia is, I think it's called Stitch Mania officially. And I don't know who started it, but I believe it was started around 2015. And whoever started it did a goal of 15 new starts during May. And it was related to the year. And some people have kept with 15 new starts every year during May. Some people have changed it, like now that it's 2023, they're going to do 23 new starts. Some people do a new start every day and they're doing 31 new starts. All of those are well beyond what I plan to do and what I'm actually able to do. I already think I'm overcommitting myself, so I'm going to make it a more reasonable goal. I actually plan to do a new week, new start. So May 1st is actually a Monday. So every Monday in May, I plan to do a new start. And I have actually associated all of my new starts with some sort of challenge that is going on during May. So the excitement of participating in Maynia, but then also participating in challenges that other Flosstubers and other people on Instagram and other stitchers are participating in really is motivating me and getting me excited about stitching in May. So let me talk about my plans and what I actually plan on starting. So my first one that I plan to start is based on a challenge that was started by Kaylee 10 Stitch, and the hashtag is Maxine May Challenge. That is, the purpose is to show your progress on a Maxine Gadd creations chart. And I have never started one before, so this will be a new start for me. My progress that I'm posting, I'm starting it today, so my progress that I'm posting is probably a blank canvas or my first few stitches, and then to show your progress at the end of May. So we'll see how far I can get on that one. I'm planning to start Snow, and this is by Maxine Gadd. I will start it today. I have it kitted up at least for what I need for the first section that I plan to start on, and I've ordered everything to kit up for a finish, and I will start on that as soon as I'm done with this video. So that is my start for May 1st. Now the second Monday in May is May 8th. My plan to start that day is related to another challenge that's going on that I heard about here from other Flosstubes. And this one was started by Carla, Megan, Marjorie, Cam, and Jessie. It is the Manning May Stitch Along, where any sort of progress on any Carol and Manning piece, they're all sharing with each other. There's some other YouTubers that I watch that have jumped on as well and are participating, and that's Jessie and Carla. And I will link everybody below so you can go check out their videos if you're interested. We're all working on all different pieces, and anybody can join if they're interested. I am planning to start Glass Bottom Boat by Carolyn Manning on Monday, May 8th. So that's next Monday. I'm thinking about maybe changing out some of the yellows or like the brownish colors for maybe something a little more blue or gray, but it's really pretty the way it is. So I may not. I'm going to play with it a little bit in Pattern Keeper and maybe do some substitutions and see how I like it. But I have till next week before I start, and I don't think there's anything in the top corner where I plan to start in those colors, so I should be okay to at least start it. So come and join along if that's something you're interested in. We're definitely growing as a group. Then on May 15th, I don't know who started this challenge, but it's called the Christmas Countdown Challenge. And the idea is trying to finish something before Christmas. So I don't know if I can do that by this Christmas, especially given all my other goals, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I am going to start on Kringles by Little House Needleworks. That will be my May 15th start. Then for May 22nd, this is one that I heard about through Crafting in Colorado here on Flosstube. She has started with a couple other people, a 2x2, what are they called? 2x2 stitching. I'll link it below. I'm not sure the entire name of the Etsy shop, but it is an Etsy shop. And I purchased a bunch of their patterns back in March when they had a sale. And I did check today and they do still have a sale. So I don't know how long that'll last, but you can go check it out if you want to. So last month they had started a 2x2 stitch along on April 22nd. So the hashtag was actually 2x2 on 22 SAL. So it so happens that Monday, May 22nd is the 22nd, and it fits perfectly for the hashtag 2x2 on 22 SAL. So I am going to start my 2x2, it's called Sampler 198, and I plan to do DMC color 597, which is a turquoise and kind of close to what's in the sample picture that I showed. So that'll be the 22nd. Then my last piece that I plan is a new start. I also don't know who started this challenge, but I heard about it from Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher here on Flosstube. And the hashtag is Stitch 30 Daily. So the idea is 30 minutes every day. This particular one I'm planning I'm not starting it till the 29th. So at least through the end of May. So for 3 days, I'll at least do 30 minutes, hopefully do more. And it's when I plan to start anyway. So assuming I can get the fabric I ordered in time, I'm going to start my villains piece, the montage that I did of all the different Abby Sue designs that I purchased. I also added, I purchased a saying, bad girls have more fun from another vendor at Etsy. And I worked it up to show what it would look like. And I think I'm going to put some sort of saying below the montage, and so I can frame it and look really cool in my craft room. So that's what I'm planning to start if I can get some fabric that works for it in time. I've ordered a couple things and we'll see if it comes in time. I have a backup plan if it doesn't, and it would still work for the same challenge. So, and they're both Disney. So we'll see. That may be a surprise, but that'll be May 29th. I have a couple of weeks to go just to see what comes in of my orders, to see if I can hit that. So, crazy May. I have all those plans for new starts, and I have, it feels like a gazillion activities, like travel 2 full weekends, sports, events, graduations, birthdays, and it's crazy at work. So I think I'm crazy, but that's nothing new. I'm very excited to participate in Maynia and in all these challenges. It'll be my first year doing Maynia and my first time ever doing really any challenges. So I'm excited to see how far I get with those and be part of the community and see everybody else's progress. That'll be really cool. All right, so thanks for sticking with me. As a thank you for all of the subscribers, I do want to do a giveaway. There's a couple of things for the rules that I do ask that you are a subscriber. You do have to be over 18. And for this particular one, I am asking that it is US mailing addresses only. In the future, I'll definitely do some international giveaways where I'll ship anywhere because I want to include everyone. But since this particular one is my first one, I really just want to try it out and see what kind of response I get and see like what cost is going to be and stuff. So thank you for sticking with me, and I apologize if I'm excluding anybody. Just stay tuned. I will give you something in the future. The other thing, so I will give you keywords to actually include in the comments below if you're interested in entering the giveaway. Just put that word in your comment. And then on my Flosstube number 4, which should be about mid-month, I will announce the winners. And then you just have to watch my next video and email me if you are a winner at thosemissingpieces@gmail.com, which I've linked below as well, with your address. So you do have to be okay with, sending me your address, and I will send the goodies out to you. So the first thing I have for a giveaway is a Bucilla kit, and this is called Houseplants. It's 6x6. And it comes with everything. It comes with the hoop and the fabric and all of the floss that you need. I thought it was super cute. And that would be cute on the wall in the hoop. So if anyone is interested in being entered for the giveaway for this, please enter, please put a keyword in your comment, plants. And I will enter you into the giveaway drawing. My second giveaway is something that when I was kitting up projects, I ordered a couple of different options from Amazon for floss organizers just to see what I would like. And I tried these out and I ended up not needing them because I just stick with, I have floss bags on rings and it just works really easily for me because I can pull things out. I can put pieces back in no matter how big or small. So that system just works for me. And I did try these floss organizers. I have a pack of 12, so there's multiple colors in here. Let me see if I can see the colors. Come on. Yellow, green, blue, pink. It's a pack of 12, and I think there's 20 spaces on here. And I'm happy to pass these along if anybody's interested in them. I'm happy to send them to you so you can try them out, or if this is something you already use, so you can use them. So if you are interested in being entered for the giveaway for this, please put the keyword in your comments, floss, F-L-O-S-S. Use the word floss. So that is it for Flosstube number 3. I thank you again, everybody, for watching, and I really appreciate all of your comments and your feedback. Please feel free to comment. I appreciate all the thumbs up and the subscriptions if you're not already a subscriber. Ask me any questions, put in anything in the comments that you'd like to see in a future video. I'm happy to get all the feedback and everybody that's participated so far and how I can improve in the future. So thank you again and hope you have a fantastic May. See ya.